Hey guys, what is going on? This is Shaylin from Altcoin Buzz here to report the news for today. So let's get straight into it. So before we get into today's video, let's have a look at the price of Bitcoin and some cryptocurrencies. We can see that Bitcoin is up 4.14% at the time of recording this video. Ethereum is up 3.21%, as well as Litecoin, XRP, XMR are also on the increase. So what is new in the news? Well, Morgan Stanley says Bitcoin's price story is Nasdaq 15 times faster. So if you guys have been following Nasdaq ever since 2000, he goes on to say that it's behaving in a very similar way. So he told his clients this in a note on March 19th. And according to Sheena Shah, an analyst at the financial service giant, research suggests Bitcoin's rise and fall closely mimics the Nasdaq, but events that are unfolding are about 15 times in the speed. So what are we going to see about the price of Bitcoin? In this article, he goes on to explain, continuing the explanation of Bitcoin and Nasdaq correlation. Meanwhile, Morgan Stanley also point the insurance of trading behavior of altcoin Tether. So he goes on to say that, a lot of people such as Goldman Sachs have continued to say that, Bitcoin is a bubble and claimed this on February 2018 that the bursting of the alleged cryptocurrency bubble will affect around 1% of the global GDP, while a lot of other people are looking at cryptocurrency as being a new innovator and changing the world. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see as time goes on, but this is very interesting that they're already finding a correlation between the Nasdaq, because if you look at the price of the Nasdaq right now, there's that's more than 1% adoption. If cryptocurrency had that adoption, the same adoption that the Nasdaq have, this could be extremely crazy. So hopefully we see this mass adoption come very soon. So MasterCard is also news today. So MasterCard opens a not anonymous state-issued cryptocurrency and says all others junk. So MasterCard received the idea of using a bank-issued national digital currencies in the future, according to a co-president of MasterCard's Asia Pacific business, according to the Financial Times, which was reported on March the 19th. He goes on to say, so long as it's backed by a regulator and value, it is not anonymous, it is meeting all the regular requirements. I think this would be a greater interest for us to explore. He also goes on to say, we are not operating trading of Bitcoin through the MasterCard network. The pilot is a toe in the water. We're fully confident of the reputational risk. So really interested to see that they are taking this approach. Of course, we've had some issues with MasterCard, for instance, on Coinbase, where they were actually charging too much when you were buying cryptocurrency. Well, now it looks like they are looking to set their own cryptocurrency. So how will this unfold? I guess we will just have to keep you guys updated, as there's not really much updates regarding this. But they have filed a patent, so really interested to see how this blockchain technology is going to be affecting MasterCard. Speaking of some big companies, IBM is also news today. So IBM reveals blockchain computer smaller than a grain of salt. So if you guys know how small a grain of salt is, this is absolutely crazy. So this is to track objects, devices, and so forth. So IBM announced today on March 19th that the world's smallest computer is dimensions less than a grain of salt. I'm not really sure how they did this, but this is absolutely crazy. But it will actually use blockchain technology and will soon be embedded into everyday devices. They go on to say they'll be used in tandem with blockchain distribution ledger technology to ensure that any project authentically from the point of origin when it reaches the hands of its customers. So IBM is an absolutely massive company. Really interested to see how this new technology and the smallest computer is really going to be helping, customers fully track their orders and be more transparent over the blockchain. What else is new? Well, Northern Trust partners with PwC to make real-time equity audits via the blockchain. So if you guys are not aware of who PwC is, they're one of the biggest consulting companies up there with like Deloitte and so forth. In this article, it goes on to say, leading global asset management Northern Trust, so on Nasdaq it is NTRS, has announced that audit firms can now access funds stored on private equity blockchains to audit specific events in real time, according to their March 19 press release. So it goes also on to say that Northern Trust launched a first commercial implementing of blockchain technology for private equity on February the 21st, which allows a limited number of clients to manage ownership shares on transparent distributed ledger technology, so DLT platform now audits firms that their own blockchain node manage access to relevant funds that enable real-time audit capabilities, says Northern Trust. So I find this really interesting that they have partnered already with PwC, and as you can see in their most recent development, they've made a partnership with PwC to provide instant access to secure secure golden copy of equity life cycle events. According to a press release, this will improve the efficiency and auditing process and making the underlying transactions more transparent to auditing firms. So I always love to see when these big companies partner with some other big companies such as PwC, especially someone as credible as PwC. So I think this will be really big, and I'm certainly keeping a watchful eye on this just to see how this is going to move forward. So some other news, Trump orders sanctions against Venezuela's crypto. So we've seen Venezuela's crypto be a lot in the news. In fact, their government is actually teaching their users and their society how to actually use cryptocurrencies. Well, it seems that Donald Trump has signed an executive order imposing new sanctions against Venezuela for its controversial Petro cryptocurrency. So in this executive order, it states all transactions related to provision of financing for and other dealings in by a United States person or within the United States, any digital currency, digital coin, or digital token that was issued for on behalf of the government of Venezuela on and after January 9, 2018 are prohibited as of executive date of this order. So this is some really big news, and I'm really interested to see how exactly Venezuela is going to reach out and sort this issue out. So they're going to say a controversial token has pushed back from the Venezuelan borders as well. The National Congress denounced it as illegal and unconstitutional. So how will we see Venezuela really, I'm really interested to see what they're going to do, because executive orders are nothing very lightly, especially coming from the President of the United States. So I'm really interested to see what Venezuela's government is going to be doing and how this Petro is really going to fight back against these orders. So let's head over to Twitter and let's see what new updates we have. So we do have this update from them. So if you guys are in Sydney, definitely go ahead and check out their meetup group, as they are looking to collaborate and meet some awesome people in Sydney. TRON is also in news today. So TRON's weekly reports, if you guys are following TRON, seeing what they are doing, you guys can go ahead to their Twitter and you can see that it has this verified check mark, and go ahead and check out their Medium blog where they explain this more in detail. So Binance also has this major update today. So Binance, we've recently changed our Twitter handle from Binance_2017 to Binance. As a result, we no longer have the blue verification tick on Twitter. We're currently in the process of re-verification. So just to know, this is not any fake account. This is actually Binance. They've actually changed their name. So if you go over here, you can check, for instance, they have a ton of followers here. It is actually, if you go on CoinMarketCap, it's actually linked to the official Binance. So this is actually Binance. This is not some fake, Twitter account trying to steal your cryptocurrencies or your private information or anything like this. But they've actually changed their details. So hopefully we'll see the verification tick, so you guys can be more aware of which account is legitimate. But as far as I know, this is the right Binance account. So that is it today for the news, guys. If you guys are new here, be sure to follow us on Twitter at altcoinbuzz.io. We're also on Instagram at altcoinbuzz, and we're constantly making updates all over the place. So if you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, turn on post notifications, follow us on all of our social media such as Twitter, Telegram, Discord. We even have a Facebook group called the Altcoin Buzz Army, and I'd really love if you guys could subscribe to our new channel called the Altcoin Buzz Podcast, where we actually document and interview the top cryptocurrency leaders, where you can learn what they are trying to do with their project and where they are and what problems they are having. They're trying to be as transparent as possible, and we want to give you guys the most insightable information where you guys can learn about these awesome projects. So that is it today for news, guys. I will catch you guys on the next video.